Howdy all Mulclox Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, so I don't have death on me. Um, so there's a couple of things I'd like to make while I don't have death on me. One of them is I would like to make a new sniper rifle if I have the stuff for it. And I'd also like to look into, and I know I was working on it, the blade traps. Now I'm not sure if I've got all the steel I need made yet, so I might have to put a pause on that. Chances are I'm going to have to use up all the blade trap supplies, right, for this sniper rifle. But you know what? I've got mods to put on my sniper rifle that I can't put on them because the gun I've got only holds one mod. And so I'd like to get... my land claim block had to be destroyed and needs to be replaced, and I didn't have the supplies to do so. Alright. Okay, so what do I have to make a marksman rifle? I need 50 forged steel, I've got it. 50 mechanical parts, 10 duct tape, 20 polymers, 10 springs. Okay, I've got 2 duct tape. I don't have enough duct tape. I don't even have close... I take it back. Mechanical parts, springs, polymers. I think any electrical parts for the blade traps? How are we doing on clay? Okay, let's make some more steel. And then... okay, I need a little bit of... Uh-oh. Yep, don't need that. I need a little bit of... glue. And then while you're making the glue, you can make some more duct tape. Make a lot of duct tape. Not gonna lie. You don't get so many bones as you used to. And I need a lot of duct tape all the time. In fact, this probably lack of duct tape. I don't know. I can't look at the moment. I'm gonna wait for this to finish before I look here. Okay. And then I would like that also turned into duct tape. And then I would like a marksman rifle. Okay, so that's going. And then what does it take to make blade traps? You know, I also need to make all the other stuff that goes with the blade traps, so... Oh, it doesn't take glue at all. Look at that. Okay. Blade traps. So steel and forged iron are my two big detriments. Alright. So we started there. What do I gotta have to make the... I need a generator? Oh, I totally just have this stuff on me. I need a generator. I need a relay or two. Or heck, let's go with 4 and just use up the last of my... I have 90 forged iron just waiting for me in here. Sweet! This is working out pretty good then. I thought I just caught myself on fire. Oh, land claim block is ready to go down. So I got a new router today, and I been having problems with my old you know what? I was gonna say my old, but it's not even. I'm having problems with my modem. My modem um, is actually weird, weirdly not working correctly. It's a new modem too, which is the worst part. I mean, it's not like it's a modem that I purchased. It's from my ISP, but it's a brand new. Like we just switched to it here not too long ago. While that stuff cooks up, I'm gonna go ahead and go out and see if I can't get some more bones. Um, like we replaced our old modem with this one sometime this year. I want to, or no, it would have been late last year. It would have still been sunny out when we replaced it. So I'll bet it's. Oh, I mean, if you want to come right to my house, that's great. But yeah, it's like my computer is connected with a cable, or was connected with a cable to the modem, and it doesn't really. It has some issues, but it doesn't have that many issues being directly connected. I mean, the internet never works the greatest, but um, it works. It's hard to describe internet issues. It's like we have DSL, but it's not very good DSL because we live in the middle of nowhere. Although it is better than the alternative that we could get here, and so um, the the big issue is that when I reboot my computer, it takes a long time for the computer to get a new IP address. And I don't think it should be doing that. Because it didn't used to do it, and it's something that is recent, like within the past few months. And so, um, but once it has one, it's connected with a cable and it's fine. The real issue comes with the wireless devices. And the wireless devices can't seem to hang on to an IP address. And so I don't know if it's just losing connection to the modem, and then the modem thinks it's got to reset the IP address when it reconnects. I don't know. It's been getting worse and worse. And I mean, like, behind me, from where I'm sitting, is a wall, and on the other side of that wall is my bed. And I read books on a tablet. I have a Kindle. I use Amazon Unlimited, and so I read a lot of books off of Amazon. And I mean, they don't require an internet connection to read them, but the Kindle does like an internet connection. And so when every time I go to use my Kindle, it has an internet connection, and then it loses its internet connection, and then it comes back a few minutes later, and then it'll lose it again. Or like sometimes I watch Netflix or anime or something while I'm laying in bed on my other tablet, because I have two tablets now. I bought a bigger one uh, just in case. Well, I bought a bigger one because of this internet issue, and I thought it might be the Kindle, but it's starting to happen to everything. And so today I got a new router, and so now it is connected via cable to the modem, and everything else is going to connect to that new router. I shut down the radio on the modem, so it no longer has Wi-Fi through the modem. The only the only Wi-Fi is through the new router, and so hopefully Because the thing is that the old, the old, uh, my old router was not as good, I didn't feel, as the new modem was when we first moved here 8 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that. And so I wanted to. So we've just been using the default wireless, and we did buy an extender, but nobody ever set up the extender. And so I should really break these cars down so I can get parts off of them. And I mean, they did set up the extender, but they didn't do it correctly, and they wouldn't listen to me when I told them how to do it. One would think that the guy with a degree in it should know how it works, right? And so yeah, so today I got a new router because it doesn't matter what you're doing with the wireless device, you're probably going to lose connection to the modem. And then this other weird thing keeps happening, which is why I think it's got to be the Wi-Fi part of the modem's going bad, and which is stupid for a brand new modem. Is that my brother-in-law's phone will shut off our internet. And so, like, if he leaves the house and his phone goes out of range of the modem, the internet shuts off for like 15 seconds. And when he comes home, the internet shuts off for 15 to 30 seconds. Every time. Well, maybe not every time, but almost every time. And it shouldn't be doing that. And it only does it when he... It only does it for him. Like, nobody else's phone seems to affect it like that. And so hopefully now that I have replaced the wireless portion of our internet with a new router, it will solve some of those issues, because it's driving me crazy. And I don't need any more crazy. You know, I'm not sure I'm a fan of this fire on this torch. I gotta say, it's kind of, or this torch, this, this club. Wow. Weird, where'd the other guy's body go? Just vanished. Yeah, so hopefully that's going to solve some issues. It's quite an upgrade too, because I don't think any of our routers, our wireless routers at this point have been 5G, 5 gigahertz routers, and this one's a 5G router. 2.4 gigahertz, 5.8 gigahertz, I think. So I've been putting everything that says it can see the 5G on the 5G. That way all the stuff that goes on the 2.4 can not have to compete so hard for signal, I guess. You know, I also need to fix those cords. I didn't realize I wrapped the cords around the antenna over there either. That's probably not a good idea. Yep. And then, I don't know, I guess we could talk a little bit about old D&D from last night. I'll tell you what. I searched it. You want me to search it again? It had nails in it, I thought. Well, now it's got a stone axe. Weird. It had nails. I scrapped them. Um, so we so last week we had dinner with Strahd himself, and so this week we headed. Well, and at the end of the thing, he'd given us 3 tasks he wants us to complete. 2 of them I'm okay with. Hunt down some werewolves that are killing children or stealing children, anyways, and then taking out this woman who, maybe I've been here before, is the thing, and that was new. Like, I didn't loot the nails. That's weird, because I left gas in the... Oh, no. I would have taken the gas, and that would have been new gas from this time around, now that all the things have rebooted. Oh, crap. Nice. Ooh, nice. That was a pretty good loot bag there. Hey, buddy, you're on fire. Just so you know, you're on fire. I guess I do like the fire aspect. I'm just not as keen on the visual fire aspect. So anyways, he offers to take us wherever we want to go in his carriage once our dinner was completed. And so I said, take us to Kresk, because Kresk is the city near where the werewolves are apparently at. Now, they didn't mention anything about werewolves when we were there before, and it's only been a day. But that falls on the purview of the fact that my DM can't read, and definitely never knows what's going on in his own game. And this being super over encumbered is not helpful when fighting zombies. Where are you on? There you go. Let's cook him up. Cook him up good. I like that I can just sit there and punch you in the face until you die. And so that's where we ended, was carriage ride to Kresk. And then, when we started this week, we were suddenly in another town. Because, according to him, we had spent the night at the inn in Vallaki. And we're like, where are we? And he's like, Vallaki. I'm like, but the werewolves are in Kresk. Right, but you're in Vallaki. Like, okay. The other guy goes, didn't we stay in Kresk? Send me a private message. We use a online program to play, and so he sends me a message through Discord, and I'm like, yeah, we definitely camped out in Kresk at the end of last episode. He's just forgotten and is changing things around because he probably wants terrible things to happen to us. And so then we head out to Kresk, and of course we get stopped by a revenant. Now, a revenant is an undead monster who has a purpose, and so you can't kill him. You can destroy their current form, but they just reform after like 24 hours and come at whatever their purpose is again. And so this one's purpose is to hunt Strahd's minions, and so it for some reason thinks we're Strahd's minions, and so we try to talk to it, and we're not allowed to talk to anything. This is we talked about, me and the other guy talked about a little bit last night. Our DM complains that we don't ever try to communicate with the bad guys and talk things out, that we always just rush headlong in and attack. Every time we come into a combat situation, we try to talk to the bad guys, and every time they attack us. We've never been allowed to have a conversation and talk people out of attacking us. It's never happened. It's like last week's conversation with Strahd. He told us a bunch of stuff, but then when I asked him a question, he just smiled. And every time I asked him a question, our DM said, he just smiles at you. And I'm like, okay, well, if he doesn't want to talk, then I don't want to be here, so we're going to leave. And he's like, but he invites you dancing. None of our characters want to dance. What kind of ridiculousness is that? We're playing a game that's described. I don't want to spend 20 minutes while you describe a ball in our honor. I got things to do, and we have very limited playtime. So I should offload. Enough stuff so that I'm not overweighted here. And so, oh, there's another one. So we try to talk to the Revenant. He won't talk to us. So then we have to fight the Revenant. And then the thing is that like a lot of times I try to talk to the guys because my character is charisma based, and so that means I get a bonus to my talk rolls. But our DM is always like nat 20 or don't count. And so even though I get like a 17 or 18 when talking to something and it's supposed to be contested, well, those are the times when he sits DCs, and he sets them super high. You know, I didn't realize I was this close to my home. And so it's rare for us to ever even be allowed to have a conversation with a bad guy before it attacks us. It always attacks us. That's given. It's gonna attack. And so we beat him till he's almost dead. I think we got him down to 2 hit points left. And then he's like, well, then my character, because he plays a character with us too, my character will try to talk to him again. And then his character, of course, succeeds. Because our DM doesn't do any dice rolls that we can see. All of his dice rolls are fake. How do I know? Because he's terrible at math, and when he attacks, he immediately knows what the number is. That's a 21. Does 21 beat your armor class? You know I have a 21 armor. You just hit me. That's a 21. Does a 21 beat your armor class? Yes, I know. You're going to hit me all 3 times. That's a 24. Does that beat your armor class? Okay, now you're lying because the guy you're running has a +4 to attack, and so the only way he gets a 24 is if he hit a nat 20, and that would be a crit, and you're not running it like a crit. So obviously you're lying, and that's not what you rolled. Because you're a dirty liar. And so oh man, I only got 1 bullet left for my sniper. That's terrible. Spear gas. And so anyway, so we got him down to 2 hit points, and see, it's dumb because the bad guy is magically focused on his target, like to almost the exclusion of all else. So why would it attack us? It didn't have a reason to attack us. He just decided we needed to be attacked. And so we almost killed it, and then he's like, no, I don't want it to dance, so my guy's going to succeed while talking to it, even though it's not my guy's turn. The other thing that cracks me up is that he's doing all this talking with his character during combat, but there was one time where I talked during combat and he said that took up my entire turn, and I only said, "Guys, there's goblins ahead." Uh, oh, that's your turn. Uh, and so then we moved on from that, and we got out to the town, and we asked the guards about the werewolves, and they told us about the werewolves, and we asked if they had any trackers in town because it's a fantasy town set in medieval era, and they're surrounded by forest, so obviously they would have hunters or something. I'm not saying they had to know exactly where the werewolves were at, but it'd been nice if they'd had some idea of where the werewolves are at, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna open up. We're gonna open up this. Modify. I'm gonna pull the scope out. Wait, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna pull the scope out. Okay, and then I've got this bipod thing. I thought I would see if that. Oh, and the silencer. I don't know if the bipod will even work. What do I gotta do to do this grip thing? No, because I've got the fire going right now. So I want to. Let's put this in for backup sniper rifle. And then I'm gonna mod this. Oh, I can use the bipod. There's the bipod and the sniper, or the silencer, and the scope. And then we'll get that down onto my inventory. Nice. I don't have anything to shoot, but nice. I'll go out and shoot it one time just so we can hear it with the silencer attached. Nice. I've got to get more ammo. Okay. And then I guess we could put the... I mean, this is where I try to lead them to, so I think it'd be easier if I put the generator bank here. I'm pretty sure I've got... I don't have a wire tool. Maybe it's in here. I do have a wire tool right there. Okay, so then I want to place... I need to go down. You go down below. And so we we have this companion that we picked up, and she's supposed to be our prophesied fighter person who goes with us and will help us defeat Strahd, but every place we go, he comes up with some excuse for us not to have her. I guess I could clean out some of this. Will you fit in there if I clean that stuff out? You will, okay. So now I need you connected to this. Alright. And then I should probably put one over here. Think I should put it inside or outside? I think my outside is all... Oh, can you... Okay, let's Honestly, you know what? Let's actually put it. I'm gonna make more, but let's put it out here because they made a huge mess out here last time. Right. This is gonna be interesting. I wonder if I can reach that from above. Let's see if I can reach that from above. And so we get in there, and she leads us to the werewolves. We go in this place where we might have to fight, and she suddenly has to leave. And I'm like, that's so weird because she's our prophesied companion who's supposed to help us fight, and now she's never around when we need her. And so then we go, and she's like, we tell her what we're doing. We're gonna go fight some werewolves, and she's like, "Oh, that's interesting. I could definitely help you go fight some werewolves, or I could try to find this other guy while you do that, and then that way, when you come back later, I will have the." I mean, it wasn't exactly how I intended to do that, but that works. It's a start. It's definitely a start here. And so I'm like, no, no, you can come with us. That's your job. You're supposed to come with us. So buckle up and let's go, lady. I don't understand this always trying to hide out someplace. And our team's like, no, no, like she couldn't go with you to the other place. Yes, she could have. Uh, so she goes with us, and then we go to the werewolf cave, and then we don't get to talk to anybody, even though in the book it totally describes how you could talk it out, how you could discuss things, the DCs you have to roll against to talk it out, and oh shoot, you need motors for that to work. I totally forgot how this operates. There's a motor, there's a motor, there's a motor. Well, I got 3 motors. So let's give you 3 motors. And then beautiful. Alright. Is the other one spinning too? Beautiful. So I'm going to want to, surround this whole corner and then make the zombies try and come to me in this corner, because this is my death of all zombies corner. I should definitely either set these up to run off of a camera or get a switch in here. I should definitely put a switch in here because I can use this to. I have some lights in here, but I can get rid of that torch and I can put up actual lights. Keep this place lit up at night. Anyways, so let me finish my story. And so we get into the werewolves. They attack us immediately, and we start killing all the werewolves. And in the book, it's got an extra combat group who's supposed to come in after you've dealt with the werewolves, and then they will track you. Or if you spend enough time at the den, will catch you in the den after you've dealt with the werewolves in the den. All of that takes place after you've dealt with the werewolves den. We're still in our first fight against the werewolves, and he's already brought in 3 groups of werewolves for us to fight. And because, in his words, we're gonna crank it up another notch. I want things to be more dangerous for you guys. I would just like to complete our mission here. I don't know that we really need to be overwhelmed constantly by everything that's way over our level. Good thing is though is we get some XP, not as much as we should, but some XP. Uh, because it drives me crazy. All right, well with that, click like if you like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.